Welcome to TSAM Mathematics. I am on the series Indices. I've already done 2 videos on indices. If you are watching me for the first time, I will urge you to go and then watch those 2 videos. The first one was on definition, basic concept, and then simplification. The second one, indicial equation leading to linear equation. Now the next one is equation involving indices leading to quadratic equation. So I have one question on the screen. The first one, let's look at how we are going to solve. Find the true set of 1/4 all raised to the power 3x squared plus 1 is equal to 128x. Now we still hold on to the basic concept, which is the bases must be the same, and if the bases are the same, equate the exponent, or if the exponents are the same, equate the bases. So 1/4, we can write it this one as 4 raised to the power minus 1 all raised to the power 3x squared plus 1 is equal to 128 raised to the power x. Now the bases are 4 and then 128. Can we express 128 in terms of 4? No. So then we look for a number in which we can express these bases in terms of that. It's an even number, so let's try 2. So we can write 4 as 2 raised to the power 2 all raised to the power minus 1. We can write this as 4 raised to the power minus 1 times 3x squared plus 1, which is equal to 128 raised to the power x. And then the 4, we can express 4 in terms of 128, so we can express them in terms of 2. So 4 can be written as 2 raised to the power 2 all raised to the power minus 3x squared plus 1, which is equal to, on the right hand side, we have 2 raised to the power 7 x. So on the left hand side, we can write it as 2 raised to the power minus 2 times 3x squared plus 1, which is equal to 2 raised to the power 7x. Now that the bases are the same, we can equate the exponent. So this implies that minus 2 times 3x squared plus 1 is equal to 7x. So let's expand. Minus 2 times 3x squared is minus 6x squared times minus 2 is equal to 7x. So we have minus 6x squared minus 7x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So being quadratic, let's multiply through by negative. So we are going to have 6x squared plus 7x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now how do you factorize? 2 times 6 is 12. Then we find factors of 12. 2 of them, when we add, we get the middle terms. The middle term 7x. So looking at the factors of 12, you can see 3 and 4 can give you that. So this implies that 6x squared, we break the middle term into those factors, plus 3x plus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. Then factorize this. So we have 3x out, that's the common factor, 2x plus 1, and then this one will be plus 2, 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So we have 2x plus 1 and then 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now this is the same as 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, or 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So we solve for x in each case. Over here, you can say 2x is equal to minus 1. When you send 1 to the right hand side, x will be minus 1 on 2. and this side to 3x will be equal to minus 2. So when you divide both sides by 3, we have x to be minus 2 on 3. Now we were asked to find the truth set, so we put it in a set form. X such that x will be equal to minus 2 on 3 and then minus 1. So let's take other question. We have to solve the equation 3 raised to the power 2x minus 30 times 3 raised to the power x plus 81 is equal to 0. Now this is a special case. It's not the normal type that we have been solving, so care must be taken. Okay, so this one we can use substitution. So we can rewrite this one as 3 raised to the power x all raised to the power 2 minus 30 times 3 raised to the power x plus 81 is equal to 0. Now at this stage, you can use if the bases are the same, equate the exponent, or if the exponents are the same. You need to do a little bit work before it will come to that stage. So here we need to make some substitution. So we should let a be equal to 3 raised to the power x. So 3 raised to the power, let a be equal to 3 raised to the power x. So in that case, we are going to have a squared minus 30a plus 81 is equal to 0. Then use factorization method. So now 1, the coefficient here is 1. 1 times 81 is 81. So factors of 81, when you multiply you get 81, but when you add you get minus 30. So the factors will be minus 3 and then minus 27. So we break the middle term. A squared minus 3a minus 27a plus 81 is equal to 0. Once again, let me remind you, in case you have forgotten how to factorize, go to building blocks of mathematics, block 2, that is algebraic expression. Now under factorization, go back and then refresh your memory. Now we use method of grouping to solve this. So over here, a minus 3, and then 27 will go into, so minus 27 out, a minus 3 is equal to 0. So we do refactorization, a minus 3 in one bracket, a minus 27 in another bracket is equal to 0. So this is a minus 3 is equal to 0, or a minus 27 is equal to 0. So we find a in each case. So from this case, a will be equal to 3 when you send 3 to the right hand side. And then this one to a will be equal to 27. Remember, you were not asked to find a, but you were asked to find x. But we said that a should be equal to 3 raised to the power x. We have to bring it back and then find x. So in each case, so from this implies that from 1, 3 raised to the power x is equal to 3. And this one is raised to the power 1. So since the bases are the same, we can apply this principle. We know that x is equal to 1. Let's come to this. It implies that 3 raised to the power x is equal to 27. So the bases are not the same. We need to express this in terms of that. So 3 raised to the power x is equal to 3 raised to the power 27 is the same as 3 raised to the power 3. The bases are the same, therefore x is equal to 3. So in conclusion, our x is equal to 1 and then 3. Let's look at the next one. Yes, now follow me. I want you to pause the video and then go through. So after that, you check it with the answer that I'm going to provide. We are still on indicial equation, which will lead to quadratic. We have to solve 2 raised to the power 2x minus 5 times 2 raised to the power x plus 4 is equal to 0. So as usual, let's rewrite this. so that we get what we want. So we are going to have 2 raised to the power 2. We can write it as 2 raised to the power x all square. It's the same as x times 2 will give you the same thing. And we are rewriting it. Minus 5 times 2 raised to the power x plus 4 is equal to 0. So once again, we can let k be equal to 2 raised to the power x. Make substitution. So this implies that k squared minus 5k plus 4 is equal to 0. So quadratic, the coefficient here is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. Now, factors of 4, when we add 2 of them, you get minus 5. But when you multiply, you get 4. Now I can think of minus 1 and then minus 4. We then break the middle term into those two factors. So k squared minus k minus 4k plus 4 is equal to 0. So let's go ahead and factorize. For this term, k is common, so k minus 1. And then for these two terms, minus 4 is common, so we have k minus 1 is equal to 0, so which implies that k minus 1 and then k minus 4 is equal to 0. Implies that k minus 1 is equal to 0 or k minus 4 is equal to 0. So at this stage, to find k, you send 1 to this side. So k is equal to 1 or k is equal to 4. And we were asked to find k. We were asked to find x, not k. So we can say we said that k is equal to 2 raised to the power x. So for every value of k, the first one, 2x, will be equal to 1. So how do we find x? The bases are not the same, and so we have 2 raised to the power x, which is equal to 1. We can write it as 2 raised to the power 0. Any number raised to the power 0 is 1. So the bases are the same, therefore x is equal to 0. Now for the k value of 4, we have 2x is equal to 4. For k is equal to 2. So the base is 4. We can express 4 in terms of 2. So we have 2 to the power x. 4 can be written as 2 raised to the power 2. Now the bases are the same, so you can say x is equal to 2. So therefore, x values are 0 and then 2. Viewers, thank you very much for staying with me throughout this video. I appreciate that. If you are watching me for the first time, I have other amazing videos on this same topic. If you have not subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button. You can also turn on your notification button in case you want to easily get my videos as soon as I post them.